the strongest lane. It's a good lane defensively. If they do make aggressive plays, you can punish them because Disruptor does do some deceptive damage. But I'm really liking mudgolems top lane in particular this game. This Beastmaster plus Phoenix, extremely strong. And, you know, they did pick the Pango because they needed some kind of thing to cause this chaos in the front and all that, but they did pick it into a Roar. It's into a BKB piercing disable. So a lot of times could definitely see General just stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, talking about the Disruptor, though, I'm interested to see what Always Wanna Fly is able to pull off this game already. Well, starting things off with a nice little D ward. Easy 100 gold for him. Because, you know, these, especially these CIS teams, are so good with their Disruptors. Yep. And this could actually be the thing that trips Boromir up, right? You know, nowadays, with the glimpse, it pulls you out of the zip.
Yes, there is definitely some things that he will have to be worried about, and it's if Navi can get the ball rolling, that's where that Disruptor really starts to look amazing. It's the worry of if mudgolems start to get things going, I feel like Navi might just get so far on the back foot this game that it could be really hard for them to catch back up. Bottom, some fantastic body blocks.
Yep, they're able to land another stun. Skeeter, again, if General can continue to block him off, I mean, General, he's not letting him get out. Fada's going to come in, Scatterblast will slow down Roger, but General continuing to just stop Skeeter from having a clean escape. He will live, but a lot of damage done there to Skeeter with General controlling him as much as he did.
Skeeter having to use, what, 2 stuns to get away there as well, so mana pool quite limited. Fada does have the Salve-Tabella, and he'll be able to get the last hit on the range creep to secure.
It's just going to be very interesting to see, because now I'm thinking about more honestly, like Disruptor nowadays, it does destroy Storm. Like, you can't stop being glimpsed into the static storm, right? You will always get put in the storm.
That's why they have to be the aggressors.
Sure.
If Navi gets to the point where they're starting to ever be able to be the aggressors, that's where we see, of course, where Disruptor's always the best, but now even more so versus that Storm Spirit. That's where it can kind of go both ways. I feel like both these teams could explode in the laning phase, but I am definitely leaning toward mudgolems just a little bit more in the start. Because I feel like they need less farm to actually do stuff, and I feel like the top lane, the Beastmaster's always going to apply pressure. Yeah, let's see what bottom happens, because I feel like this is the lane where chaos can really go down, and that's what really caused everything to run rampant last game, is General and Roger just destroying Skeeter's game, and it's similar right now, at least at the start.
Skeeter certainly having to meet with quite a bit of a battle each time he steps up against these two. You can see on the mid lane. This is going to definitely be a challenge for Iceberg, but a challenge he's meeting very well so far. 9 for 1 against 11 for 3, not too far behind.
It does get harder, that lane. It's not an easy one for Iceberg at all. He's got the 1-1-1 skill build.
Okay.
Trying to dodge, I guess, some of the damage from the static remnants and stuff like that with Sleights of Fist. His Flame Guard will be a lot weaker. It'll pop much easier, but yeah, he can play around that. And it looks like both of the carries are having hard times. Top V-Tune also getting slowed down a lot from this very strong dual lane of mudgolems. Similar to Skeeter down bottom.
I mean, V-Tune. Is there, I mean, could sort of these two heroes kill the Spectre in the lane, or is that just very unlikely still?
Once they get level 3, they can start to. Once you have your double bores going, and if V-Tune's too far forward, but, you know, Disruptor will see Always Wanna Fly, he's going to start pulling the lane back, and that's when the Spectre, usually you'll be at a distance that you can actually walk. If you have to run too far and that slow kicks in, then yeah, maybe, but it's still very hard for them. But they're crushing his farm. 9 last hits. Beastmaster's got 17.
Yeah, we are seeing in mid, as you say, just the Boromir Storm takeover.
Yep.
It's going to be a rough one for Iceberg now. Bottom. The chase on to Skeeter, stun down as well. Fada's trying to push back Roger. Another blast out, and Roger, he's got a fairy fire. He's actually going to turn as well. A few punches back into Fada, but they're low on the mana. General's got another swashbuckle in a second, and he's in, blocks him off. Top lane, V-Tune, he'll actually end up getting the first, but on 33. Bottom, they do get the kill on Fada, but Skeeter's able to get over with the stun onto Roger, find something in return. But yeah, top lane, did you catch that, Fog? The Beastmaster going down whilst we were watching the action bottom.
No, I have no idea actually how he died, because he had his items coming on the curve. I guess he played too far up, and the level 2 nukes and the level 2 dagger just was too much damage for him, but
that's pretty
big. He was waiting for his Helm of Iron Will to come on the courier. It was a big item that was coming, but...
Yeah, but Vincere in a struggling lane where he's not getting CS, just getting first blood like that, that's pretty huge. Down in the river.
Lane fully recovered, really.
See Boromir trying for Iceberg. Always want to fly's headed over to the mid lane. Iceberg's going to be able to hold it back with the change. The sleight of fist to dodge the right click, but Iceberg still going down to the final right click of Boromir. The Thunderstrike will bring Boromir low, but won't kill him. Milan over to the illusion rune. He'll grab it. Boromir bottling up. Cookie forward from Fighter. They get the stun onto the two of them. Always want to fly post the Fairy Fire, but Boromir got the damage. Double kill for Boromir around this mid lane, whilst both teams bring in a lot of resources, a lot of backup, but Boromir, he's the one to come out on top of it, with 2 kills.
Nice movements by the supports on the side of mudgolems to help a lane that's already going really well for the Storm Spirit. Yeah, eyes on Boromir here. As we said, this guy, he's popped off so many times on Storm during this tournament, and already with such a good lane. That TP back is going to hurt him quite a bit. It's going to help Iceberg catch back up. Team's going to be able to claim some of those bounty runes as well.
Top. Always want to fly. Trying to step forward. We'll pop the field down, but Milan's able to easily get around it here. 33 does have to take a bit of a side route, so always want to fly won't get fully controlled by the slows of the boars.
And it's just gonna be the Dominator rush because that Helm of Iron Will that 33 is going for, rather than going for the book build. Now this is the second time we've seen the Beastmasters not go for the book.
Yeah, and I mean especially because I can't remember the last time we saw anybody build a Helm of the Dominator.
No one goes. No, nobody really builds it. I mean, it's in this game in particular. I guess it gives the Snapfire other things to Cookie, and it's also just good for the sustain and lane. I can see that be the reasonings that he picks it up.
Nice, yeah, interesting one for sure. We'll see if there's like a particular creep that 33 is going to try and play with.
Yeah, definitely interesting. The second approach that we see in general the other day, he went for the Solar Crest was the other deviation. Maybe people just aren't liking the book so much anymore. Who knows? His bottom Skeeter, these disarms are messing with him a bit, but we see he's fixed his farm up pretty nicely, and maybe Roger steps up too far this time.
Now Cookie in. Roger, he's still got the stun available, so he can turn. Skeeter's starting to run. Fodder looking to finish off the kill, but Roger's got stick charges anyway.
Battle of Raindrop down bottom. Roger living because of his. Yeah, and V2, this first blood really just fixed the lane because he would have been way below on that net worth 25 last hits, but he's up at the top almost with the Storm because of that. And he's gonna have the blade mail pretty soon.
We're gonna see Boromir actually TP up to the top lane. He wants to get involved in the action.
Arcane rune.
He's gonna try and go for V-Tune. V-Tune is getting gone on. They've got the control, holding him in the Sunray. Always want to fly glimpses back. Boromir, but the Sunray alone will do it. Burns V-Tune down. Good move here from Boromir, just putting that early aggression onto the Spectre. And trying to zip for more, but always want to fly, actually duking it out a little bit. Boromir still with
mana.
So much mana to play with thanks to this Arcane Rune. He'll close the gap onto always want to fly, and Boromir, he'll get this kill. As already starting to show same signs of the greatness that he's brought before in his Storm, showing 3-0-1 already at 7 minutes in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I love when I see these Storms use these runes to make those ganks, either a Regen or Arcane or a DD. I mean, all three of these runes are just phenomenal in Storm Spirit throughout all stages. Yeah, quick kill to slow down V-Tune. And now bottom, they can ditch the lane. Skeeter can kind of jungle, and it's going to give General this freedom down here to at least pressure the tower, but it does feel perfectly fine for mudgolems as they're just splitting up that gold. And Iceberg
wanted to get for the rune, but the rune ends up being down on the bottom lane. Still, we'll be able to find it as he heads over. Roger keeps it safe. Double damage for Iceberg.
Oh, I wonder if General's actually going to go
top.
I mean, we'll get to it in a second. But
they're going to go for it here. Raw, straight away into the Centaur Stomp. They're locking him down. He's able to put the blade back, but again, this Sunray is burning him out. As V-Tune will fall, they'll come up with the counter players. General rolls forward onto 33. Changes onto the side, catches Milan. As Iceberg's trying to find him with that finishing hit, General will hunt down 33 in the trees with the remainder of that Rolling Thunder, as they will get the 2 kills for this. They lose V-Tune, but Na'Vi are able to punch back.
Nice counter gank. Great TP coming out. Iceberg this time with his own power rune able to do so.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, I'm seeing General queuing up the Maelstrom. I really do want to see him go more towards those auras that the panel was mentioning. I think this looks like a pretty damn good Greaves game for his team. Because they do need some different types of forms of frontline. They're definitely looking pretty fragile on their heroes. Pretty squishy.
That's true, actually, yeah.
Versus a Sven.
Yeah, with this sort of aggressive build in general, they don't. Their front line is the Spectre, and you never, as tanky as a Spectre can be, you don't want your Spectre to be your sole frontliner.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to end up switching that, but we'll see. I mean, maybe he just wants to go for this damage build anyway on general. But I feel like it might hurt them.
Yeah.
As now we're going to see mudgolems like with this lead. Skeeter, no pressure on him at all this game. He's just going to be able to jungle freely. I don't see any stacks prepared for him though. After watching Team Liquid with their stacks, it always looks weird when I look into some of these teams' jungles and just no stacks, when Liquid has like 9 stacks and everything.
Ah, no, nothing at all being done this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to start prepping some on the left side there, Fada. And Bounty Runes will be coming out. They're going to play toward top side. Milan, he's going to absorb the hard lane bottom. And Milan is actually very leveled on the Phoenix this game. He's near level 7. Pre-10 minutes.
Around the runes, General. Doesn't go in onto him. Centaur Stomp as well, but he's able to swashbuckle to the side in time. 33. He's got the Roar. Does he want to use it for Iceberg? He's going to use it after he remnants to the high ground. So,
awkward.
Yeah, a bit of awkward decision making. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had the opportunity to Roar beforehand.
I think he did not. I mean, that secondary cast, I did not think that was in range at all. That looked like the farthest cast range Primal Roar ever. That was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I get, well, Roar down. Na'Vi will be happy about that.
Yep. I don't know. Can they take advantage of it, though? Always Want to Fly is looking to set up top, but he's under ward vision.
Yeah, hard for him to move in on this. Mid lane Fada trying to pick up his level 6. He's nearly there.
Mudgolems is just farming all 3 lanes right now. The Spectre, he's able to farm these Ancients with his Iron Talon Blade Mill. But the rest of the team, they've got to make
Want to fly
to punish this.
Gonna lay down the Static Storm. Drag Boromir back into it, but there's no further damage. Boromir's going to look to dive in to get the kill onto Always Want to Fly, and he'll get it. Gets the kill. Chains won't latch onto the Storm, but they've got the Rolling Thunder. Boromir trying to do his best to dodge it, but now he's out of mana. The Horde is going to be popped, given the vision for them to remnant into the trees. Find Boromir. They'll punish him for the dive that he makes onto Always Want to Fly, and they'll take him out.
Fada. Going to toe with Roger.
Get themselves another Na'Vi.
Take him out.
They chase for this too. They've got the Remnant. Iceberg. He's got the chains set up. Roger. Light Strike Array going to be dodged, but 33 has to step back into the squad to dodge the stun, so he'll still end up dying. 3 kills for Na'Vi off the back of that reaction to that aggressive move made by Boromir up top. It ends up hurting Mudgolem big time.
They have to react to all these type of fights. They have to bring 3-4 heroes every single time, because we did see Mudgolems. They didn't react. The Sven continued to jungle. Milan continued to farm bottom. They didn't want to go try to help them. They were too far away from the help. And Na'Vi, they can't actually take advantage of these kills, though, is the real big concern. They have no tower push, no objective taking on their team at all. And now their ults are down. So it's Mudgolems, they're going to group up. They're going to go for taking that top tower. And Skeeter's just going to be able to continue jungling. Definitely a little bit of a concern for Na'Vi. It feels like it's going to be a game where it's going to be hard for them to get any type of map control on this one, because they can't pressure these towers. And this Hawk is always going to be on the scout looking for V-Tune where he is farming. So I do think Mudgolems have a pretty good window right now to be able to pressure these. General. He's committed for the Maelstrom build, by the way. He's bought the Javelin.
Glimpse. Set him onto Fada. And with the Thunder on him, Fada turns. The Centaur stuns down onto the 2 of them. The Micro will do it. That'll set up for the Always Want to Fly kill. Under backlines, General and Roger trying to play it onto Skeeter. Boromir zips across, helps out Skeeter, lock down Roger. As Roger will go down, Iceberg does finish off Fada, but this time, with Mudgolems turning up with the numbers, they'll come out on top.
And they're the team that can actually naturally push into a tower because they have this Beastmaster, they have this Sven. They can look to take this top one out when they do make those aggressive moves. And now they do have the Orchid already finished up on Boromir here. 13 minutes, same as his other games. There is a defensive item though. Iceberg does have his Yules finished at the very least. And they're going to look to fight. They've got their ults coming back up. Haunt in 30. And Mudgolems are all splitting up to go farm. They could definitely get punished here.
Jump. 33. It's going to turn with the Roarons. Always want to fly. Will allow them to get the kill, but he's actually able to get the Static Storm off before he falls, so 33 does go down. Can't really chase for Boromir. He's got Skeeter and Milan by his side. Get the trade.
Balance in all
And V-Tune's getting all this time to just farm in the jungle. That's the really good sign, at least for Navi. Besides all the other things that can be a little bit concerning, is that he's getting all this time to just sit without any pressure onto him now. Does have the 2 deaths from earlier, but now it is seeming pretty hard for mudgolems to actually invade that triangle still. Seeing the build from 33. He's going to be going for that, just that straight tanky build for his team, straight auras on this Beastmaster. So he's going to have a lot of different heals that definitely won't be there for the side of Navi for a long time. Because like we said, General, he committed. He's got the Maelstrom done. So front line definitely going to be a little bit harder for Navi.
I mean, for Navi's lineup, can they sort of sit back as long as V-Tune's farming, or do you think this is a sort of a game where you look at the Sven and the Storm and you feel that passiveness isn't really going to help them too much?
I don't think I ever want to doubt V-Tune very much again. When he gets this, when he's getting this type of farm, they tend to do a really good job with him. I'm a little worried just because of the Pango build, but they're getting away with a lot of farm, and they're not getting punished right now. Like Borning here with this Orchid, he's trying to punish because they're just farming all 3 lanes right now, and Navi is not able to find them. So Navi's getting away with some of this greed.
Yeah. V-Tune happily away. Continuing to farm. And we'll start to see, of course, those Skeeter hit those item timings a little bit quicker.
Yes.
In terms of the items that are just going to allow him to fight a bit more than the Spectre is. Mask of Madness, Echo Saber, and once the BKB's done, not a lot that Navi's heroes can do to stop this man.
No. And the other element too that they have to be very concerned of is the egg in this game. They have the Lina to hit the egg, but besides that, they do not have good egg hitters. And Roger, in a lot of situations, might just be dead very early in the fight. So this egg could definitely prove to be problems. As mudgolems up to a 3-kick gold lead, and Navi's looking for some type of aggressive play.
All right. I mean, I guess they still want to make usages out of the haunts up, and they've got good catch. They've got very, very solid catch actually. Chains and the Static Storm, that'll set up a lot, and it's about the same time that Boromir is actually making an aggressive play down bottom onto Roger. Leads in, gets the catch, chains are there, haunts out, the counter plays in from Na'Vi as they'll punish Boromir, or maybe not, he's out with the zip, he's out of mana. Boromir goes down, and so does Farder there, as Na'Vi with that movement, I mean, it done in a way that it looked like that Roger bait was intentional. They were ready for Boromir to zip for that opportunity. Mid lane.
Great read of the map. Iceberg, he TP's mid just to defend the tower. They can't go for this type of kill, and he'll be able to stop this push too, with General showing up as well. Push is averted, and they're actually looking for a glimpse on Skeeter. Can't quite get it.
Yeah, but I mean that move though for Na'Vi around that bottom lane, it looked like they were starting to get a pretty good read onto what Boromir is trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Spectre is now almost matching the farm of a Sven. Sven wants to be a good chunk ahead of gold over a Spectre. This is, Navi's definitely responding accordingly.
Yep. And look, they're going to try and find the catch onto Milan. Static Storm's down. Have they got the damage? Certainly with a Laguna. They have. Navi making moves and keeping this game in a really good position for this Spectre. As you say, just keeping up with the Sven.
And he pretty much has Manta already done. So Orchid, no more of a problem. He can actually start to look to focus down the egg too now in some ways to dispel fire spirits and stuff. This is some pretty big item timings. He's matching the Sven's farm, just continuing to. And we see that again, the beautiful setup. Chains catching both, and then just easy kills on them.
Boromir. Just gonna have to be a bit more careful with these zips, knowing now that Na'Vi are setting up in the ways that they have been. And Skeeter, I mean, he's in the Roche pit. They're gonna, I mean, Horn's down. They're gonna try and take this away.
Okay. Forces the fight around the area, and then forces a fight around egg rather than you getting picked off from all these different elements. And no Haunt. It's definitely the right move.
Yep, Na'Vi's not anywhere near this. They're all down bottom. So this should be an Aegis for mudgolems. No problem. And we'll put Skeeter pretty close to having the goal for his BKB. So yeah, there we have it. Boromir now with an Aegis. He can get away with getting back on and hunting for those picks that he's been trying to get.
Na'Vi got a lot on the map during all that, though. They were all just farming. I see Roger stacking some Ancients for that Spectre to continue farming. And what do actually... okay, he bought a full Deso. I was wondering what he was going to do with the 4,000 gold.
All right.
Desolator for Iceberg.
Okay. I mean, we know he's a fan of the Deso on Embo, right? Because remember, it was Iceberg the other day he was trying to build a Deso, but then he had a PA in his game, so he was like, oh, actually, wait, I'm not going to do that anymore. So he really likes getting Deso on the Ember.
Yeah, I mean, it does apply Deso, the reduced armor on everybody instantly in most of the fights, so there's always the argument for it there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely, it's just something that I feel like a lot of Ember players, it's not the common build, right? A lot of Ember players would just never build the Deso. It's something that's fallen kind of out of favor.
But in this game, it makes a lot more sense, too, in the essence of what we're talking about. They have no ways to take objectives and take towers. The Deso, it gives them that, too. We've seen that a couple of times. I mean, even, I remember Thompson at TI. I remember one of the games where they had no tower push. He did this similar type of build to at least give them some element.
Yeah. And just the fact that they have physical outputs of damage that are going to be hitting multiple heroes as well, right? As you say, he sets it up, Deso buff, getting on multiple heroes with a slight fist. Haunt comes in, Swashbuckle comes into play, and suddenly everybody's taking increased damage.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, in general, is getting the Aghanims too. So that AoE Swashbuckle, that AoE Lucky Shot, lots of minus armor that can be applied out. Yeah, they're just playing the farm game. They're playing that chilled out, kind of feels like they're telling mudgolems to set the pace, but mudgolems also just playing a little bit of the farm. I think they're also feeling confident about this Phoenix because Milan, he has Shiva's done.
He's big,
second, and he's level 12. He's huge.
Yeah, this Phoenix is definitely going to be an issue in the fight. So now they seem very strong, right? BKB Sven, Aegis Storm, Shiva's on Phoenix. This is when you bring the fight to Na'Vi. There we go. Starting things off, going in onto Iceberg. Always want to fly. He's going to lay down the Static Storm, but Iceberg's taken out. They'll pop the raw. They'll pop everything onto him to secure the kill. Going to try and chase for more here. Kiss is coming out to the high ground. Boromir. Which targets do you want to go for? We'll go for the Disruptor. And straight away, using that power that they know that they have at this moment in time, mudgolems, they charge at Na'Vi. They'll get 2 kills, and Na'Vi's not able to stop them there.
They get the chain stun completely onto Iceberg. He had the illusion rune ready too. If he gets out of that for a second, he's going to be able to get the illusion and maybe survive. But full commit by mudgolems. Yeah, they get themselves some nice pickoffs.
Yeah, Vincere just still doing his best to avoid this. Get at least his next item done, which he's just about a creep wave or so away from having the defusal on the Manta.
Okay. Pretty decent defusal game too. Like Sven, a hero that is very limited on the mana. If he's able to burn Skitter in the fights, it could prove disaster for them. Some of the times I don't like the defusal, but when I see these strength heroes or these heroes that just absolutely rely on mana, Morphling, Sven, I guess even Storm Spirit in a way, I'm pretty okay with it.
No,
looks good.
I think absolutely. The Sven, the Storm Spirit, also just Fada, right? You get hit by a few hits on the backline, suddenly you don't have a big mana pool as a Snapfire. You might not have enough for your ult at the end of it all.
Yeah, and exactly. That's the other thing too. Defusal is jumping in the backline. If they don't have a defensive, they just die, right? If he jumps on them, Defusal Mantle is just gone. There is always the glimmers, though, at least from the Snapfire at the moment. And Na'Vi, they're just sitting back, waiting for this Aegis to be gone before they look to make a play. They have about a minute left on it.
Yeah, there we go. Defusal. For the Spectre in general, about 1,400 off the Aghanims. I'm going to try and see if they can find him down it.
Ooh, the Hawk. It didn't quite give them the vision just yet. Wow. Right on the outskirts of the Hawk.
It was close. That was definitely close, General.
Is under attack.
He's able to get out, able to live.
Able to get more time for the Spectre to farm. And more time for that Aegis to disappear.
No, we'll see Vincere.
And it did give Warninghe all the time to finish his BKB pretty much, though. This Aegis, he's going to have that defensive capability. And
okay. I mean,
he can go through everything. Nothing's gonna stop him if he's going on these targets now.
Yeah, I think you have to go BKB Storm against the Disruptor. It's just too hard to play against. Like, always want to fly. If you don't kill him in these fights, he's going to be able to control you. BKB's
Smoke around that Aegis timer. They get the scan. It's on the back line, onboarding here.
BKB's not delivered yet.
It's not yet.
Or can they punish this? This is going to be huge.
Oh my god.
They're able to get him before the BKB's delivered, and after the Aegis time's out. I mean, this is just perfect timing for Na'Vi. Iceberg does get caught by the stun underneath the Supernova, so he does go down in return. So Mudgolem's able to punish that a little bit. Wow, wait, they're
reinitiating.
Yeah, Iceberg, he's going to buy back. He's going to come back in with the change. The static storm's down onto Milan, onto the side, the Roars onto General, but General tries to jump away. They've got the physical damage though. Vincere moves it onto Skeeter. BKB's one up, but Skeeter's still doing big damage here with the God Strength. Takes out another. They've surrounded him. This is a little scary for Mudgolems because I'm seeing a Spectre and I'm seeing them clean up a little bit as now 33 is going to be turned towards by Iceberg, Roger, and Vincere. It's a triple kill for Roger, and Fada out with the TP with his last bit of mana. So buybacks coming out from both sides in it all. But definitely feels like it is these situations where Spectre's the big winner. Vincere staying alive and picking it all up. Picking the kills, getting the XP.
And he gets a regen rune. And it's also, he's playing versus Sven. So Sven, it's about the BKB timings. That's the first BKB usage, that 10-second. Now
Mid?
Down to 9. Mid?
Yeah, just a little spook onto Vincere.
And we see Na'Vi, the way that they took the fight, sure they lose Iceberg because he committed all those remnants, but he put that remnant down for that buyback to come back in. And they disengaged completely away from the egg, and then as soon as egg pops, they go for that reinitiation play.
Yeah, and I think Na'Vi know, Iceberg, General, they can sort of throw their lives away in these plays as long as Vincere is the one to live.
Yeah, in general, actually, he almost is able to survive. I think it might have been a mistake that he used the shield crash. I think he may have actually just crashed, rolled right through them, and stunned them. He actually ended up jumping over the Sven, but in a lot of situations, General might survive there and be able to just control the Sven even more so. V2 just really cleaning up, and 1,000 gold over the Sven. Queuing up a pretty deadly item also versus that Sven, as Sven's not going to be able to go for an MKB at any point if he does commit for a butterfly.
No, and also
would be brutal.
Makes life very hard for a Storm Spirit. You're never really going to have any sort of true strike on a Storm. So this evasion...
He's committing for it. He bought the Eagle Song already, so...
I think it's fine.
It looks like a phenomenal game for it.
I don't know if they can kill... Well, I mean, they can kill him, but it's very hard. Very hard to kill the Spectre right now, so...
Yep. And General's got Ags. Level 18 with Ags, so he's going to be dealing quite a lot of damage in the fights if he's not controlled. So it's really going to be eyes, as 33 did the last time. He did get the Roar on that Rolling Thunder almost immediately. He's going to have to keep doing so, because General is now going to be doing also a hell of a lot of damage and applying that lucky shot to everybody with a Deso on the Ember too. So lots of minus armor, as we mentioned earlier, on everyone.
Roshamp going to be back up in a minute here, so I think Na'Vi will be a little more careful about letting Mudgolems get it as easy as they got the first one.
And this time they'll very likely have Haunt for the fight. Yeah. Last time, they didn't have Haunt, so they didn't want to contest. And yeah, but I mean, Butterfly is going to be done. Skeeter has his item timing right now. He's got his Ags, and he's queuing up the MKB immediately, so...
Yeah, he's going to have to get it. I mean, yeah, as you say, as soon as he sees the Eagle Song.
But look at his armor now. The fact that he's going to have to go for that, no AC is what that means, and then he's playing versus Deso and Lucky Shot. So his armor is going to be extremely low in the fights, especially if he pops Mask of Madness.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Smoke from Na'Vi, and an attempt to catch Mudgolems before this Roche spawn. They're heading up towards 33. 33, is he going to expect this? He's under the ward, and he's not. He's going to walk straight into them. Oh my goodness, they blow everything on him. They blow absolutely everything on him. I mean, they're going to fly back. They get a deep glimpse onto Fada. It's going to pull him up to the high ground. Skitter's going to look to commit with the BKB, and the God Strength is onto Roger. Roger goes down. Zip forward from Boromir, looking for always want to fly. They get the Disruptor. Supernova's going to be popped. There's no one else near. The rest of Na'Vi are out of there. As Mudgolems instantly hit back.
Straight to Roche. They did use the egg, unfortunately, for the side of Mudgolem.
Na'Vi used pretty much everything there to kill 33. They wanted him dead. I mean, he was triple dead.
I think they thought it was a bait or something, right? Like, the way that he walked up, too, they're just like, we're getting wrapped on or something. V-Tune just pops the haunt to get information. And now they get away with another Roche.
All right.
Aegis and Cheese.
Yeah, I mean, I think mudgolems, they don't mind 33 dying for that end result.
No way.
Aegis and Cheese. Skeeter's game continuing to go well as he'll have the money for his Demon Edge.
They did just find the 2 supports, though. So, you know, Iceberg, he's still going to be a pretty decent timing for this BKB. And now Na'Vi, they have to just play around this Aegis and Cheese. Let's see what mudgolems can make happen with it. Feels like they do have to force a bit of the issue.
Yeah, and V-Tune he's going to have that butterfly done. So, you know, before this MKB is completed. So maybe the opportunity to fight while Skeeter doesn't have that strength against it.
Scary into Aegis and Cheese, though. Storm is the best Aegis carrier for a reason, so... It's a little tough for Na'Vi. No haunt available. They have to just dodge the fights. 40 seconds.
Golems. Who can Skeeter find? Well, looks like no one. Na'Vi dodging the moves. V-Tune just keeping the pressure on bottom with the illusions, just continuing to farm in ways that have made it rather hard for mudgolems to find him. As mudgolems not able to really slow this Spectre quite yet.
Ooh, they're smoking and sweeping around their Spectre because he's just starting to get haunt. So they're playing around him. Arcane Rune up top.
They're going to be able to take the Arcane Rune, pop the BKB. Static Storm's down. Baronier will pop his own BKB to turn and commit on to Always Wanna Fly. Takes out the Disruptor. Does he want to try and look for more Supernova Stun? Not going to catch anyone as Na'Vi are out of range. Roger's out with the TP and the rest of Na'Vi split. Big zip onto General. Baronier's looking for him, but General's going to roll out. He's got a TP if he wants to just pop it, and he will. TP's out here with the roll. Makes it away. 33 hunting in the trees, but V-Tune's already able to make his way back with the dagger to a position where they won't quite catch him. So Na'Vi losing a support again, but they're keeping their cores away from mudgolems. It's another situation where Boronier, he's using the BKB, so just continuing to try and get through these BKB charges of mudgolems' cores.
Yeah, Na'Vi's they're playing very careful. They just want to play around this Aegis, and also, they have no vision really on the map at the moment. Mudgolems did a fantastic job of just sweeping through and clearing out all those wards while they have this Aegis and Cheese. So map control, really strong for them at the moment, and V-Tune has to just play around bottom.
Skeeter, though, continuing to hit some solid timings. Here's the MKB, soon to be sent out. And then they will have the way of getting on V-Tune and taking him down. So they're going to set up for the smoke here.
No egg for 20, but they're trying to force something with this Aegis, trying to get some type of catch. Always want to fly.
Always want to fly. He's gone. He's certainly gone, and nothing he can do to help himself. We'll get the information for the rest of Na'Vi to get away from this movement.
Na'Vi can't get vision out. Still not placing any of their obs wards. Still haven't had a chance to. They instantly just get dewarded. This Hawk and this just vision coverage from Fada as well as 33 has been on point these last few moments. Na'Vi just has no info on the map. Warning here. Wanting to jump. He has a DD in the bottle too.
He's going to go for it. Starts onto General. Comes in with a Vortex. Raw follow from 33. General's taken out. Boronier now turns over towards Roger. Diving in deep. Yules buys Roger a bit of time, but Boronier is waiting for him on the way back down. They catch the 2 kills. Iceberg trying to hold them back with the chains, but mudgolems, they're able to push. Take this tier 2.
They're getting a lot done with this Aegis and Cheese.
Yeah, they're getting
levels also all kicking in. Level 18 on both supports, as well as the Beastmaster too.
Can Na'Vi hold this high ground? The Skeeter still ready with everything to fight with. Just trying to slow him down with the spam. 35 seconds, no General. Quite a serious part of their defense. The Skeeter, he's charging straight in. God Strength's popped. Don't need to take the tower. They get the cookie to play. Sets someone to Iceberg. Static Storm's going to be dropped down to give Iceberg some safety. Is it enough? It is. He's able to pop the Remnant, jump out towards it. They take the Aegis out of the hands of Boronier. Jump forward for Skeeter over towards Always Wanna Fly. Brings down the Disruptor. He's been rooted, Skeeter. Pops the BKB. He's looking for Roger. Roger brought down from the Yules. As Roger goes down. Now, just about the retreat here as Roger's brought back and trying to chase. Horn comes out. Vincere, who's he going to go for? Is he going to go for any of them? He is. He's going to Horn in onto the front lines. Turns to Skeeter, pops the blade mail. Cookie from Fada comes out. The Supernova's off to the side. Vincere's getting pulled in. Vincere needs help, and he needs it now. But the hold from Boronier is keeping him in range of the Supernova stun. Mudgolems, they kill off the Spectre. Boronier tries for the TP out, but the Yules comes in just as his BKB ends. Laguna finishes his life. And this time round, Vincere, he may have died, but they get every single member of Mudgolems for it.
And a quick pause by Fada. Just, yeah, Vincere, he pushes into the whole fight, and they get everything off on everyone else. Borninga, he had used the BKB earlier. He gets just chain stunned and chain combo down. Na'Vi, showing its strength in numbers, just for the Spectre.
That's quite a big swing there, you know, as coming up to like an 8-9k lead, and then bam. Now just down to 3k. And yeah, normally it's sort of the other way around. You know, if the Spectre lives, he cleans up, but you don't care. You know, Vincere doesn't care if he dies, if it means that his aggression has just allowed Na'Vi to clean up as much as they did just there. And
it was just one buyback, right? It was just the Roger buyback.
Just Roger.
They just had to use.
Roger.
That's pretty damn huge.
And
up Iceberg, getting a decent amount of experience in gold. He's enabled toward another item too. I mean, that's pretty big.
And it's just the sort of fact as well, as you keep mentioning, that these BKBs, they're only getting shorter in duration. And already we're starting to see in these fights how, you know, a few seconds left on the BKB is really hurting these heroes. Because they do have to only really go in when the BKB's up. You know, with these static storms and roots and stuns, there's so much that makes it very, very difficult for this Sven and Storm to charge in without the magic immunity.
Yeah, and now that Na'Vi wins a fight finally, and, you know, General, he's gotten all the items that he wanted to get for himself, he's finally be able to go for that counter items. The counters toward the Sven, the counters towards even Beastmaster. I mean, Lotus Orb very good versus all three of the cores in a way. This Lotus Orb is going to be very effective when he does get it, and he's got it done. So he's going to be able to protect Vincere and protect Iceberg a lot more inside of the fights too. That's a big hit from Na'Vi. And they don't even lose any racks or anything. It's, like we said, just a Roger buyback. And so much time now to work with. They're going to be able to get all 4 bounty runes, push out the waves as well, and like we said, finish up those items that they were getting close to.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And they got a gem also. Roger has a gem that Milan had.
They're going to be able to do quite a bit with this. The whole team of Mudgolems dead. They're taking the tier 1 top. Pushing in the mid, and by the time that everyone's back up, it's not going to be too long until the Haunt's there yet again. So Vincire's going to be pretty much ready to go once more.
And he's very close to his own, like we said, they're finishing a lot of items after all this. He's very close to his own BKB, which that feels like it's going to counteract a whole lot of everything, because the reason he died in that last fight was because he was just controlled during all of it. He was chain stunned. With a BKB, he's going to be able to reset and get out of the fight. Na'Vi has closed the lead completely now.
Oh, yeah.
Experience and gold is just even now.
They got every single bounty rune too, of course, here, 35 minutes in.
Yep.
And yeah, that one fight, such a swing. That is quite a monumental swing. Considering, you know, for the most part, how stable of a growth it was for Mudgolems. Very sort of slow but steady, and then boom, right back to even. And that's, yeah, any time you see that sort of a swing, when there's a Spectre on the side that you're sort of losing that advantage against, you know, you're not going to be feeling too comfortable right now if you're Mudgolems. You know that the pressure is on for you to not lose another fight like that.
Yeah, and it gives time for, you know, these wards to get put up. Always want to fly, able to de-ward a lot of wards too with the gem that they had before. So just, yeah, so much gained out of this time. I mean, maybe even a secondary item that Vincere's able to finish at this pace of his farm. Because they do get level 20 on Milan, and we said, you know, this egg, a lot of the times, it's popping. They're not able to focus fire the egg. This Sunray during the egg could be another thing that they have to watch out for. A lot of heals that will come out onto that Sven. She just to counteract a little bit of the heals, though, as Iceberg just finished that.
It's also going to be very nice with these, you know, just to punish even further these diminishing BKB durations.
And even General, he finished the Lotus Orb and he has the Blink too. So now he has two different forms. One way to protect himself versus the Sven and one way to protect his teammates too. And we'll see how this next fight kicks off. V2, they're looking for him up top. If they can chain stun him before he gets BKB off, it's pretty solid for them.
Look at this for Na'Vi. They're going for the big wraparound. They're coming in, smoking across the mid. Do they want to try and go into their jungle?
V2 sold the Blade Mail, by the way. He sold the Blade Mail for the Basher.
Okay.
He wants to have that extra stun and control versus the BKBs.
I mean, makes all the difference. You get one bash during that BKB, and at this stage, that's a decent proportion of the BKB duration messed with. And 25.
For the later stage of that Abyssal too. 25 for Sven, 25 about to hit for Spectre too. He's about to finish it right now.
Neither team.
And he gets an Illusionist Cape off the last creep.
Oh my goodness. Illusionist cape for the Spectre.
I was literally coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I was about to say, if he gets an Illusionist Cape off of this creep, it's going to be...
I mean, it really is. It's a 10% damage buff to your horn. You know, that's pretty good.
It's also like 5 illusions when you jump on the initial target with Manta.
Yeah,
makes it insane.
Everything. It's just... That's a very nice bit of a buff.
What did Mudgolems get for them?
Did they get anything good?
They got the Leveler.
Well, I still got 2 items to find, though. Still 2 items to find. They also got Prince's Knife. That can be nice for the snap. I guess he found us happy with the Nether Shield, though.
Navi's positioning right now. They saw Fada for a second. They're trying to go for this backline.
All right, Iceberg. He's going to head over. They found Milan. I mean, the egg's going to come out straight away, but Milani, there's no one else near this. This is a pure panic egg that won't set up anything at all. So now there's no Supernova for the fight.
No Haunt either, though, and they're jumping onto V2.
All right, but to start things, but he's got the BKB and the Manta. Will put the BKB. The Lotus is out as well. He's stunned himself. He's having to put the Ghost Ring, rub the bash. He's not got the chance to get the BKB off. He can't BKB. He's not able to pelt the BKB. As Skeeter goes down, and now Navi's just going to chase for more. It's a big sip and a TP will get Boromir out of there, but not able to pop his BKB. Feels that he can hold it for a little bit, and then just the bashes, the stuns, he couldn't get it off.
I mean, General with some insane reaction speed there, TPing to the tower, instantly Lotus orbing his
that's
Spectre.
insane.
That was so nice, and Roche is up. And there may not be Haunt right now. There's a Refresher Shard on this Roche. Aged and Cheese as well. No Skeeter for 60. Uh-oh. Mudgolems.
I mean, at this point of the game, when you lose your carry like that, it's going to hurt. And more so when you're the Sven against the Spectre. Deaths like that, pushing him further behind. I guess he'll say sort of the silver lining was that he didn't use his BKB. You know, at least it didn't go down in a second's duration. But obviously a very, very, very thin silver lining.
I mean, they lost the Roche because he died.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I said it's thin. You have to get out a microscope and turn it up to 400x to see it. But he'll be telling his team it's there. He'll be like, look, guys, I didn't use BKB. They're like, yes, you didn't use BKB.
Wait a minute. Iceberg, level 25. He's actually holding on to the Refresher Shard. I guess V2's just a little limited on mana and stuff like that, too. They might pass that off depending on if people get certain items. Like if the Disruptor gets his Aghanims, they might switch it up. They have a couple different really good options. And yeah, 2 level 25s now. Almost 3 level 25s on the side of Na'Vi. General about to hit his as well. And his items really starting to look amazing now, as he's also got a Basher queued up too.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
These fights, Mudgolems, they have to have a better time of just having their fight controlled around their area. The way that fight kicked off was probably one of the worst ways it could have, with Milan having to just pop a defensive egg.
Skeeter. It's got to be careful jumping in with these Lotuses in play.
Yep. I mean, now he also has to deal with an Abyssal Blade, too.
Yep.
Abyssal is done for V2.
Has got the Satanic complete, so we'll have that status resistance.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And level 25 done on General. So Rolling Thunder will be there for every single fight now. 40-second cooldown. And he actually gets rid of his boots. He actually goes for the Basher because he has Spider Legs. So he's got the Trinity. The Ags, the Maelstrom, the Basher with the Pango.
And this, I mean...
This late game strength now with Na'Vi is absolutely insane.
This is an interesting one from Vincere. He's queuing up a Radiance.
I did see that as well for a second.
I mean, obviously late game, maybe because he has like the Illusionist cape, he likes it for the idea of being able to, you know, easily push out a whole lane with the cape and a Radiance. And, you know, he's happy to juggle his items around and stuff, you know, slot the Radiance in, get a Radiance illusion out, pushing a wave, and then play the game. But an interesting one nonetheless. Oh.
They're committing in General. They've got one Haunt. He has the Refresher Shard 2 on the Spectre.
How about a glimpse him in? General's going to head over towards Skeeter, start to push him away, and they go with the Haunt onto Fada. Take down the Snapfire. Rest him on the high ground. Again, another Supernova.
Very defensively.
I would say a lot of them have been, these eggs. As now, no egg.
There will be another Haunt available, too, in a moment.
Glimpse on Skeeter. Skeeter, he's got the BKB. He's got to use it, and he will. Pots the BKB straight away, jumps over towards Iceberg. They'll turn. The Bashes are there. Skeeter, he's trying to turn towards Vincere, but he's scared. He's using the rest of this BKB to run. He doesn't feel he can fight, despite the fact that they've got a full 5-on-5. He's trying to run. Vincire's in with the Bash. Fada will be able to save Vincere, picks him up with the goal below. But Skeeter in the midst of it all. Vincere in general, they're just controlling him, and they're taking him down. Skeeter's dead for 100 seconds. Vincere, he's charging up to the high ground. They'll finish off 33. 2 cores down. No buybacks. As they're not...
Refresher Shard in. He can Haunt again in a second, too.
He can. Iceberg will fall.
He's Iceberg.
Vincere popping the Refresher to Haunt in onto Fada. Now turns to Milan. It's spotted. The Bash is from General. It catches him, but he's still able to get back into the base. With the Bloodstone Hill, Boromir lives. But it's 4 dead on the side of Mudgolems. They do not have buyback. As Na'Vi, they may only have the 2 of them. But Vincere in general, they're going to be able to push in much more than this Storm's able to defend on his own.
There's still tier 2s up, though. So this is this might only be the racks that they can get here out of this phenomenal wipe that they got of all of Mudgolems. The damage is done. They did kill everybody, and we're seeing the weakness that Skeeter just can never fight with the Spectre again. But they can't close it out right here. But definitely feeling as Mudgolems does not have much of a shot in this game, as these fights just looking more and more impossible per time. And now an Aghanim's also on Disruptor. More items.
The way this game has just turned, and it just doesn't feel like it's going to stop. It doesn't feel like it's going to stop. So Vincire's got 6.5k gold. He can buy whatever he wants. Always One of Fly's just finished off his Aghanims. So already, you know, they're having trouble with the BKBs. They might not even get the chance to pop them.
No, Navi's played this. They played this so well. It's 28-28, but it just feels like they've had this dominant lead for such a long time because it's been Mudgolems who got control of the game. They got Aegis and Cheese 2 times early in this game and couldn't get this big advantage versus Navi.
I mean, so he is going to go for this Vincere, this 45-minute Radiance. Which, as I said, I can only imagine it is for sort of the... I mean, sure, it's a Radiance that still has a lot of benefits. But I wonder if he wouldn't have got for it if he didn't have the Illusionist cape. As they do find General. They get him with the Roar. They'll take him out. Well, that Radiance is about to pay its value there. Finds Illusion Rune as well.
Illusionist plus Illusionist cape.
And of course, I guess, you know, just sort of the increased miss chance, always great to have. You know, that yeah, Radiance burn miss chance on top of your evasion from the Butterfly. You are effectively increasing your tankiness by a serious amount at this stage with the amount of HP and dispersion you're working with at this level.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like it makes too much of a difference. I think he had a lot of items he could have gone for. I think he could have done the Scotty. He could have done your standard items that we see usually toward these later stages, but it's perfect. I think the Illusionist cape might have been an influence as well.
Yeah, I think it's got to be, yeah.
There's 50 seconds, no General. Na'Vi gonna wait for any type of move. Hawk is starting to scout out some heroes, so in Mudgolems, they have to try to take advantage of this time a little bit here, but they gotta be careful too, because like we said, there's an Ags Disruptor now too, that if they don't pop their BKBs on the jump, they're gonna get insta-muted.
Setting up players here from Mudgolems. I mean, the pressure massively on them right now. 18k down against Na'Vi.
Dire's bottom is under attack.
Iceberg is porting in the front down bottom. Can they look to punish this? No, he's quickly out.
Yeah, more than prepared.
Did spend his gold on Iceberg, though. He spent all of his gold right there, so that would have been a pretty ideal one for them to pick off.
Na'Vi?
But they showed themselves, and now Na'Vi, they're making the sweep.
They're coming in with the smoke.
His bottom tower is under attack.
See what Always Wanna Fly is going to be able to catch with this Aghanim's Static Storm.
General's in.
Straight away, he's going to lay it down onto Skeeter. Skeeter, he's been caught in the Static Storm. Iceberg's on top of him, onto the side, Featuring. He's looking to control Milan. He's able to get the Supernova off. They're going to try and turn towards the egg. Can they actually kill this egg? They can't. The egg is going to be successful. Always Wanna Fly. He'll fall. So they jump towards Vincere. They're throwing everything onto the Spectre in an attempt to kill him. But Vincere, he's just able to walk out to the side. Still, Skeeter, has he got the damage? He's bringing him low. Vincere is turning, but they've got it. They bring down Vincere, but they've lost 3 heroes. Skeeter's now getting kited. Roger's able to blink off to dodge the stun, as Skeeter will get turned upon. And Skeeter trying for Roger, but just playing with him with the Havoc Hammer, the Light Strike Array, the Yule Scepter. They're just throwing Skeeter about. He does manage to pick up the kill, but he'll fall at the end of it. Milan, he brought back for this. Roger's able to Yule's him up as he tries to dive away. He goes for the flicker, but he's been bashed, disarmed, and it's a dieback on the Phoenix. Milan falls. And again, Na'Vi not without their casualties, but without a doubt, another fight where Na'Vi overall are the team to come out of the war on top, as they're now 21k ahead.
What a great fight from both sides, though. The egg to save the Sven in the midst of it all before he did pop everything. So he comes out, he has everything available for himself. The Static Storm initiation from Na'Vi, really good too. But they have to just commit too much, it feels still. To kill Vtune, he's just dancing on the sideline there, allows the rest of his heroes to just start cleaning up. I mean, Skeeter's still looking like a pretty big beast when he's able to actually hit these targets. But like you said, so many different things just to toy with him.
Radiant's middle tower
Now 5 years ahead.
Nearly down to the minimum duration on the BKB. 6 seconds to work with now on it.
Roger takes the outpost bottom. About a minute until that outpost experience kicks in.
Roshan's up. I wonder, do you think Na'Vi will try and go for this whilst there's no Phoenix for a full minute?
As soon as Spectre gets up, if General scouts it at least, because they didn't see it, I don't think.
Some further items here being picked up both sides. Blink for the Beast on mudgolems, and over on Na'Vi is the full abyssal for General, and also Lincoln's for Roger to help keep himself safe.
And there's the Roche. It's scouted. It's going to die very fast here.
Well, who wants the Ags here? Probably Iceberg, right? He wants the Ags.
Yeah, definitely Iceberg.
Yeah, with the Octarine, absolutely. That's going to be lovely.
And now again, they're going to have to deal with the Aegis. Oh, the courier got the Refresher Shard. And Milan's got the Ags Blessing.
Okay, so they got it. Okay, they're able to steal the Ags Blessing and the Refresher Shards. Of course, they won't be dropped, right? They'll be kept in the dead couriers' inventories. They'll get those on the respawn of the couriers. That's pretty. I mean, as long as they don't lose the game in however many minutes their courier's dead for, that means they get a free Ags and a free Refresher Shard. So they get something out of nothing there, Mudgolems.
I mean, it's definitely really good. Borning, he doesn't have an Ags. That Ags with the Phoenix Egg, you know, they have some pretty good combos that they can get in together.
That's a pretty impressive steal with those two couriers.
I mean, that's huge. If he takes both on Borning, Ags and Refresher Shard, that's like a double black hole if he's able to get the right setup. But yeah, let's not get too excited.
I mean, well, let's see if it gets to that point. As I said, how long have they got to wait until the couriers are up? 3.5 minutes.
3.5.
Until they can get their hands on those items.
Poor Iceberg. He's probably like, oh, my Ag.
Yeah, Iceberg, he really wanted that Ag.
The Hunt looks for the Abyssal Blade. Borony is out of mana.
And the Feature's able to jump in. They've caught him. He's stuck in the Static Storm. Borony is dead. Has got buyback available on the Storm. General rolling in, controlling Milan. Oh, he's going to be taking out Roger. He finds him with the Laguna Blade. Skeeter's caught in the front. He didn't put the BKB. He did not put the BKB. He's dead. He has to buy back. Feature getting low. Well, he's got it, the Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2. They've had to use 2 big buybacks here. Mudgolems in an attempt to hold Roger. Tries the stun. Skeeter's over to the side with the Stormbot.
He's got no god strength. He does no damage right now.
And now he's been rooted. Fada will swallow him up in an attempt to spin him back, but Fada's going to die. He cannot regurgitate him in time. Skeeter puts the BKB. He's trying to turn, but the Abyssal Blade's out. Skeeter's in trouble. Feature's taking him out. Skeeter's down. 3 down. They're going to lose Fada as well by the looks of it. He pots the Ghost Center, but Iceberg will play around with him. They get the bash onto Boromir. It's over. 4 dead. No buyback. Na'Vi. They have absolutely done it here. And not just 1 game, but 2. Both games. Na'Vi looking better than they ever have. They are just continuing on this upward trajectory. As their play it only seems to get better and better. As this one was certainly more of a fight than game 1. Mudgolems, they did step it up.